At the same time, our children are dying because there are no masks. At the same time, people who supply desks have not been paid. At the same time, my good friend Fred Matiang'i, Dr. Fred Matiang'i says that 40,000 police officers don't have police uniform because we have no resources. At the same time, we are borrowing money from the IMF. At the same time, we are having the Kenya Power increasing tariffs. At the same time, we are paying for SGR through taxes. At the same time, those who did work for counties cannot be paid. At the same time, counties have not received money for the last 3 months. Then you tell me that the priority is BBI, then I cannot understand you. Then I lose you. Then I do not know who you are. Then I do not know what you want. Then I do not know whether you love Kenya. Then I do not know what you intend to do with Kenya. And that is my frustration with the people that I call the BBI Knights. What? The country is on fire and you are not bringing the fire engine. You are asking us to build a new house. We forget about the old. Educate me, persuade me, not through insults. Persuade me by force of reason. And we are ready to be persuaded that that is the priority. It is true that our constitution can't be improved, but what can never be improved? Let us implement this one first. Unfortunately, when God wants to destroy a country, sometimes it makes hardly.
When I pass on, largely because I've never spent more money than I've earned, and I've been prudent, and I've worked moderately hard. Now, it always seems to me as a complete surprise to politicians how countries get in debt. Let me explain, because I don't think you really understand it. It's because politicians consistently spend more money than they raise in taxation, more money than they can possibly raise in taxation, most of which, in point of fact, they actually waste. The reason we're talking about countries which are broke, and they are broke, is because they're ridiculous, ineffective, ignorant politicians consistently spend more money than they can raise. And then they borrow, and they borrow, and worse, they then print money because politicians and their central banks have a machine which prints money. You do that as a private citizen and it's a criminal offence. You would go to prison for doing that, and politicians and their central banks do it all the time. Let me explain to you that these countries are broke, and they're broke because of their own stupid leadership and politicians, and it's immoral to ask ordinary taxpayers of any country to pick up the tab for failed politicians and failed banks. They are defaulted, they're broke.